Happy. Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Much happier today. Lots of integration in the last 24 hours, I'd say. A lot of release. Today, boys and girls, I wanted to talk about energy vampires. What do you mean, Glenn? What the hell is an energy vampire? You're going to know after I'm done, and I know you know some energy vampires, whether you're a light worker, whether you're just a good listener, whether you just have people in your life that like to spend your time to their end. And let me just tell you, energy vampires find a way. They send out all kinds of little feelers and try to buy you trinkets. I love the word trinket. And a trinket is, something that doesn't have a lot of innate value, usually a little wicked piece of jewelry that's just a costume piece of jewelry. I like to use that as an analogy because here's what ends up happening. Your energy vampires, the ones that like to feed off of your energy, especially if you're of a higher vibration and you really take the time to do some energy work within yourself and to be mindful of what you see, what you watch, and what you digest in the way of information. These energy vampires love you because here's what ends up happening. They want to take you to dinner and offer you trinket as in exchange for like a meal. They want to sit on the phone and talk with you. They want to offer you, oh, well, hey, if you want, I'll take you over to this place and we'll sit and chat and we'll go to the park and I'll buy you a sandwich or whatever. But here's what ends up happening. They chat and chat and chat and chat, talk about all the things that are not working in their life. A lover that's doing this, and the mother's doing this over again, and their sister is this, and this, and this. And this can be a family member, this can be an old friend, this can be a coworker, it can be any number of people in your life. And this is what ends up happening. Blah, 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 siscoon ba, and they let all this stuff loose on you, and you listen, and you're empathetic, and you make suggestions. Well, have you tried this, and are you doing this? And if you tried just cutting that person out of your life, oh, no, I can't do that. That person's been in my life for 20 years. Why would I want to get rid of that person? And they are vacuuming up your energy. And they are doing it because you're letting them. And a lot of times you do recognize that they're doing that, and sometimes you don't. And you can recognize an energy vampire when you actually say, hey, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Are you trying to at least get rid of that person? They're very toxic for you. And they say, well, what the hell are you talking about? That's my brother, or that's my sister, or that's my coworker, or, that's somebody I've known for 15 or 25 years, or for 10 years, or whatever, or a high school friend, or a childhood friend. Why would I want to get rid of that person? Well, because you're telling me that they are bad for you, and that they do these things over and over again, and all you're doing complaining about them, and you don't seem to ever want to do anything about it. What you talking about, Willis? So you get this type of feedback, and you know that they don't want to change, and you've had these conversations with them over and over again, and they are using you because they feel better when they see you, they feel better when they talk to you, they get a bit of upliftment because of your energetics and the work that you've done, and that you were a light worker, or that you're doing things, and because you recognize who and what you really are, and your energetics are very much into alignment, and they dump all this crap on you, and they do all these things, and eventually you just feel energetically drained after you're done, because they have sucked your energy away from you, and they're using you over and over and over again to do these things, and they don't want to change, and they're not doing these things. They could even be clients if you're a coach, or if you're a light worker, or an energy worker, and they could be family members, and sometimes it's hard to separate yourself from family members. But it is something that will be a requirement for you to keep all of your own energy. Now, there's exercises you can do so that you can have these meetings. Ideally, not to have these meetings and just to cut these people kind of out of your life. And I like this thing of soul contracts, saying I'm making recommendations and you're not doing any of the work, and all you want to do is sit and complain and not change. And you recognize that sometimes even people go, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to change, I just want you to listen to me. And, you just have to laugh for that. I'm paying you, I'm giving you a meal, or whatever, you're my coach, you're my light worker, you're my spiritual guide, and here's some money, and I just want to sit and offload on you. No. And the money isn't worth it, and it does disrupt your energy, and it is a pain in the ass, and you get a little frustrated because you're making suggestions and they're just doing the same things over and over again. And they even tell you to your face that, yes, I know. I just want to unload on you and I want you to do this. And, I'm paying you or I'm giving you dinner or any number of things. And that's the way it is. No. These soul contracts that I talk about where, people don't want to honor the agreements that you had and you're making suggestions and they're like, well, I don't want to do those things. And I'm conscious that I don't want to do those things. You can say, hey, I want to release you from that contract. And I want you to release me from my contract. I'm making suggestions. I think there's things I need to share with you and you're not listening and you're not willing to do them. And I don't want to do that. And I would just want you to release me from that contract in this lifetime. And they're going to look at you like they're crazy. I've even had a client, give some feedback like, you're just off. I'm like, well, no, you're not willing to do the work, and you recognize you're not willing to do the work, and you really don't want to say that you're not willing to do the work, but you're willing to work with people that are toxic with you, toxic for you, and that are just reinforcing the things that that are terrible for you. So you're off in reality, and you don't want to do the things that I'm suggesting because you know that they're will work, and B, the ego is pouncing around them so that you're trying to do anything and everything that you can not to do them, and doing everything but doing the work is what you're doing. So I want you to release me from my soul contract with you, and I don't want to actually be able to do these types of things. We've been doing this for a while and blah 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 blah. And I had a client that released me and said, okay, I release you. And they said everything and anything but what I was originally stating, where you haven't been doing this and you haven't been doing that, and you've been doing time with this person, and you recognize that that person was toxic to you, but you're still spending and doing all these things with this person, and you don't seem to really care. And I'm not judging, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do these things, but you're telling me, and you've told me that these things are bad for you, and this person is bad for you, and these people are bad for you, but you're still spending time with them, and you're still doing it, and you don't seem to care, and you don't want to recognize it, so I don't want to do that anymore. I want people that are energetically want to reach out for more, and to want to integrate, and integrate more and more and more. So he did release me, and it is these energy vampires that you're looking for, and they like to be edified, and they love to have conversations, and they love to spend your time and finding ways to release these people, and they can be known as energy vampires or toxic people, because there's a lot of toxic people that just are really good at wrangling your time and getting you a meal or doing any number of things to be able to get to spend time with you, even constructing situations where you have to spend time with them where, oh, we need to go to the post office and fill this out, or we need to do this and we need to do that. You kind of really have to examine what's going on, because they're very much in the way of MacGyvers of getting into your life and getting your time. So I just want you to be aware of that, and I have people in my life, and I have pruned out pretty much everybody but one. And I'm working on that right now to be able to, and I've set down some rules for this one particular person, and it's the energetics is there, and it's a lot more of a peer relationship, and it's working out pretty well. But you do have to be mindful, and you should have a lot of fun, and if somebody feels like they're trying you or they're sucking out your energy, they are. And you should just step back and examine that. And it could be a mother, and it could be a sister, it could be a brother, it could be somebody you've known for 25 years, for an aggregate of your lifetime. So just be mindful of that. Step back and be easier on it. So do I really want to keep doing these things? Do I really want to give that person my energy? Or do I want more of that for myself? And that is the genuine question. And if you consciously say, I just can't separate from this person, they're a friend, they're a lover, I've known them forever, they're a parent, and I'm just going to give them that energy, just recognize that you're doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anything. But just recognize that you're doing it and that you're giving away that type of stuff. So thank you very much for joining me. That feels like everything that I wanted to share. Again, that's Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation. Please like, share, and subscribe. Coaching, life, business, and spiritual. Information down below. Tons of links to be able to get some information and to be able to set up an appointment. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.